The only good is knowledge, and the only evil is ignorance.
Liberty means responsibility. This is why most men dread it.
Force without wisdom falls off its own high weight.
Patterning your life around others' opinions is nothing more than slavery.
If you have a knowledge, let others light their candles at it.
In the truest sense, freedom cannot be bestowed. It must be achieved.
Knowledge is power.
Liberty is not a means to a higher political end. It is itself the highest political end.
To be conscious that you are ignorant is great step knowledge.
Pleasure in the job puts perfection in the work.
The beginning of knowledge is the discovery of something we do not understand.
Measure not the work until the day is out and the labor done.
Learning is not compulsory, neither is survival.
Get happiness out of your work, or you may never know what happiness is.
All men by nature desire knowledge.
By the work, one knows the workman.
Whoever cases to be a student has neither been a student.
My work is a game, a very serious game.
The wisest mind has something yet to earn.
Create and stir other people to create.
Learning without thought is labor lost. Thought without learning is perilous.
It is not enough to have a good mind. The main thing is to use it well.
Whoever neglected learning in the youth lost the past and dead for the future.
I find that the harder I work, the more luck I seem to have.
If you would thoroughly know anything, teach it to others.
I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work.
If you would thoroughly know anything, teach it to others.
Opportunities multiply as they are sized.
Teachers open the door, you enter by yourselves.
Well done is better than well said.
If you would thoroughly know anything, teach it to others.
The secret of success is constancy to purpose.
It is only the ignorant who despise education.
There is no failure except in no longer trying.
Education is a progressive discovery of our own ignorance.
Arriving at one point is the starting point to another.
The very spring and the roof of honesty and virtue lies in the good education.
There is no gain without pain.
The very spring and the roof of honest and virtue lies in the good education.
Yesterday I dared to struggle, today I dare to win.
Education is the best prevention for old age.
To fly we have to have resistance.
Education what survives when what has been learned has been forgotten.
To succeed we must first believe that we can.
The foundation of any state in education of its youth.
Self-trust is the first secret of success.
The foundation of every state is the education of its youth.
Problems are only opportunities with thorns on them.
Only the educated are free.
Charity begins at home.
The great aim of education is not knowledge but action.
My country is the world and my religion is to do good.
Education has for its own object the formation of character.
Creativity requires the courage to let go of certainties.
Only the educated are free.
The world is but a canvas to the imagination.
Education purpose is to replace an empty mind with an open one. Education's purpose is to replace an empty mind with an open one.
Nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm.
The direction in which education starts a man will determine his future life.
You must do the things you think you cannot do.
The very spring and roof of honesty and virtue lies in the good education.
Skill to do comes to doing.
The very spring and the roof of honest and virtue lies in the good education.
A man's best friends are his 10 fingers.
Science is organized knowledge, wisdom is organized life.
The great end of his life is not knowledge but action.
Wisdom overweigh any weight.
Character develops itself in the stream of life.
No man is wise enough by himself.
Only life lived for others is a life worthwhile.
Not by age but by capacity is wisdom acquired.
That will never come again is what makes life so sweet.
Good peoples are good because they have come to wisdom through failure.
What is the meaning of life? To be happy and useful.
The basis of democratic state is liberty.
Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself.
Let's answer. Which is the fastest vehicle? Name a vehicle without wheels. What are the uses of vehicles? Compare an aeroplane with a helicopter. Joyful festivals. How beautiful the firecrackers are. Oh, how many colors. Nina is thrilled. Deepavali. It's Deepavali. Deepavali is the festival of lights. Do you celebrate Deepavali? How do we celebrate it? Santa Claus visits houses with gifts. People go to churches. People decorate Christmas trees with stars, balloons. People exchange greetings. Christmas is the festival of love. Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr is the festival of Muslims. Eid means merriment. It is the festival of brotherhood. People embrace one another. We worship Goddess Lakshmi. We decorate our houses. We burn firecrackers. We light lamps. We wear new clothes. We give gifts to others. We make special food items. We celebrate some other festivals also. Christmas. We celebrate Christmas. Christmas is celebrated on the birthday of Jesus Christ. Christmas is on 25th December. Santa Claus visits houses with the carol group. Muslims fast in the month of Ramzan. People go to mosque and attend prayers. They exchange Eid Mubarak greetings. They give alms to the poor. Introduction of new educational facilities improves quality of education and standard of living. So the physical quality of life index is a better measure of economic development than the per capita income. The fact that it ignores per capita income is a major limitation. Human Development Index. The Human Development Index is based on human development. Let us see how human development has been defined by the United Nations Development Program. Human development is the expansion process of opportunities that helps the people to improve their human resources. There are various factors that help in attaining human development. Let us see a few. Improved educational facilities, better healthcare facilities, increased training. All the above mentioned factors contribute to human development. The attainment of human development helps in economic development. Let us see a situation. Better educational facilities. Increase in the number of people receiving education. Increase in employment opportunities to educated people. Increase in income and purchasing power. Better standard of living. Per capita income increases only when the growth rate of national income is more than the population growth rate. Increase in per capita income is an index of development. Per capita income helps in assessing the economic growth of a country as compared to the previous year. It is also useful in comparing the economic growth of different countries. Per capita income as a development index has certain limitations. Per capita income is an average income. For example, assume that the per capita income of a country is rupees 40,000. This does not mean that each individual of the country receives an income of rupees 40,000. It includes the population earning crores of rupees as well as those with very low income. So this is merely a numerical calculation. While calculating economic development on the basis of per capita income, it cannot be claimed that improvement in the quality of living has been attained if the rich-poor disparity persists. Per capita income as a development index ignores factors like education, availability of nutritious food, and health care facilities that improve the quality of living. Concerned only with economic growth, per capita income as a development index does not take into account social welfare and equitable distribution of income. Physical quality of life index PQLI. Physical quality of life index came into use in 1979 when an index more scientific than the per capita income was found necessary. Instead of using per capita income as a single criterion for development, the physical quality of life index takes into consideration the following three factors: life expectancy, infant mortality rate, basic literacy. Physical quality of life index views development in a different perspective. For example, increase in healthcare facility leads to better standard of living and economic development. Economic growth, increase in income and production, measured in terms of increase in national income. Quantitative measure, emphasis is purely on the economic factors. Growth happens in a short term. Economic development, improvement in the quality of life, measured in terms of various indices such as physical quality of life index, human development index, etc. Qualitative measure, emphasis on socio-economic factors. Economic development happens over a long period of time. Development indices. Countries are classified into developed and developing nations. What is the basis of this classification? How can we identify whether a country has developed? There are certain recognized indices used to measure and assess economic development. Some of the important development indices can be identified from the chart given below. Development indices: per capita income, physical quality of life index, human development index, human happiness index. Per capita income. Among development indices, per capita income was considered the simplest and was popularly used in the past. This is a conventional index of development. Per capita income is calculated by dividing the national income by population. As per this index, two aspects must be analyzed in order to find out whether a nation has achieved economic development. Growth rate of national income, population growth rate. Economic development. It cannot be claimed that economic growth alone improves the standard of living of the people. For an improvement in the standard of living, several other living conditions should be made available along with an increase in national income. What could they be? Availability of nutritious food for all, better health care facilities for all, educational facilities for all, availability of clean water for all. When improved living conditions are available to all, the standard of living of the people improves. Economic development takes place when the standard of living improves with economic growth. A country is said to have attained economic development when there is economic growth and the benefit of which is accessible to all. Economic development, economic growth plus better standard of living. Some statements relating to economic growth and development are given below. Classify them into economic growth and development. National income increased. Production of wheat increased to 150 crore tons. National highways were developed into 4 lanes. Skill training was provided to the laborers. Implemented modern facilities in the health sector. Basic facilities of educational institutions were improved. We have learned that economic growth and economic development are interrelated concepts. At the same time, there are some differences between the two. Some of the differences are given in the following table.
Computer languages, learning outcomes. The student will be able to classify computers into different categories, describe a computer language, explain the importance of 4GLs, differentiate between different computer languages, explain the evolution of computer languages, explain the working of translators. You carry different types of bags to different places depending on your requirements. For example, when you go to school, you carry a school bag in which you keep your books, notebooks, and other necessary items. When you go for some sports activity, you carry sports equipment in a sports bag. Likewise, you have the options to select computers that suits your needs. These computers are designed and categorized with respect to their size, speed, storage, capacity, and cost. Categories of computers. Computers can be classified into the following types. Microcomputers. These computers are small in size and costless. They are usually designed for personal use. Therefore, they are also called personal computers or PCs. Examples: Commodore 64, IBM PC. They are mainly used in homes, schools, offices, shops, banks, etc. Following are the various microcomputers. Desktop computers. These computers are designed to fit comfortably on the top of desks. Desktop computers typically come with a monitor, CPU, keyboard and mouse, which are connected with each other and work like a single unit. Laptops. These are small in size and can be placed on the lap. They are battery operated and portable. You can perform all the tasks on it as you do on a desktop. But laptops are more expensive than desktop computers. Laptops are mainly used by people who travel a lot. You can fold down the screen of laptop when not in use. Laptops usually have a screen of 13 to 15 inches. Handheld devices. Devices that are small in size and can be easily held in the hand are called handheld devices. They can be conveniently carried in the pocket. Tablets, smartphones, palm tops are some examples of handheld devices. These devices are also called personal digital assistants, PDAs. They either have a touch-enabled display screen as their input and output interface or a simple display unit with a keyboard. Like a desktop computer, these devices can be used to perform any task. Tablets. These are smaller and lighter than the laptops but bigger than smartphones. Instead of a keyboard and mouse, tablets use touch-sensitive screen for typing and navigation. They usually have 7 or 10-inch screen. Popular uses of tablets including reading ebooks, watching movies, viewing photos, browsing net, etc. Smartphones. A smartphone is a handheld device that combines feature of personal computer with the other common features of a mobile phone. It can be used for making and receiving calls, text messaging, emailing, web browsing, capturing and viewing videos, gaming and much more. Palm tops. A palm top is a small device that can fit in the palm of your hand. It has a small screen and compressed keyboard. These usually come with a pen that serves at the input device. Game consoles. A game console is a device used to play interactive video games. This device is equipped with a display screen, game controls, joystick, buttons and speakers. It can also be connected to a television or computer, and in that case the user interacts with the game through a handheld controller. Xbox and PlayStation are some examples of the gaming consoles. Embedded systems. An embedded system is the one that has a computer hardware with software embedded or implanted into a larger device. It comprises all the essential computer components like CPU, RAM, ROM, input and output medium. It is designed to perform a specific task in various devices. For example, TV sets, vehicles, telephones, digital cameras, washing machines, microwaves, printers, dishwashers, and medical equipments. Embedded systems are also called microcontrollers. Let us understand the concept of embedded computers with the help of example here. In a micro oven, the role of the embedded system is to take instructions from the user through the keyboard and translate them into commands. These commands are then passed on to the microwave to obtain the desired output. Suppose you want to cook noodles in a microwave. You will put the ingredients in a bowl and place that bowl on the glass tray. Set the timings for it and press the start button. The microwave will stop as per the timings set for cooking the noodles. All this is handled by the embedded computer of the microwave. Fact file. Lady Ada Lovelace, a mathematician, is regarded as the first computer programmer. Fact file. The term software was first used by John Wilder, Turkey. Let's know more. Fugaku is the world's fastest supercomputer. The winning supercomputer is installed at the Riken Center for the Computational Science in Kobe, Japan. Mini computers. These computers are bigger in size than the microcomputers. They have a higher processing speed and are costlier than microcomputers. These computers are capable of supporting about 4 to 200 users simultaneously. They are used to in banks, universities and other big organizations. Examples: PDP-8, Hewlett Packard, HP 3000 series, HP 2100 series and IBM mid-range computers. Mainframe computers. These computers are very powerful. They are big in size with a large memory and high speed. The processing speed of a mainframe computer is measured in millions of instructions per second. MIPS. They are designed to tackle huge amount of data. More than 100 users can be use a mainframe computer simultaneously. These computers are used in networked environment. Mainframe computers are very expensive and mainly used for bulk data processing in large business organizations, universities, banks, scientific laboratories, airline and railway ticket reservations, stock exchange markets, etc. Examples: IBM Z series, PDP-10 and System Z10. Supercomputers. They are most powerful computers with a huge processing speed. These computers are used for weather forecasting, space research, satellite control, etc. The performance of supercomputer is commonly measured in floating point operations per second, FLOPS, instead of MIPS. Examples: Fugaku, Pratushu, Mihir, Param Brahma, Cray, XC50, etc. Computer languages. You communicate with each other in your daily life through a language. It is a medium to express your views and feelings. In a similar manner, you communicate with a computer in language that it understands. You need to give instructions to a computer in order to make it work. A computer needs stepwise instructions to perform any action. The set of instructions that tells the computer what to do is called a program. The process of writing programs in a computer language is called programming. Each programming language has its own specific rules. The evolution of programming language has made it easier for programmers to write powerful application programs in an easy to understand manner. Generations of computer languages. The programming language have evolved over the years. Each stage of development has made programming languages more user-friendly and powerful. The different phases of development of computer languages are known as generations. There are 5 generations of computer languages. First generation language, machine language. Second generation language, assembly language. Third generation language, high level language. Fourth generation language, very high level language. Fifth generation language, artificial intelligence. Let us discuss them one by one. First generation language, machine language. Machine language is expressed in binary form. Zeros and Is, where O means off state and 1 means on state. It is the only language that a computer understands. Machine language has an advantage of very high speed and low memory utilization. However, understanding and learning machine language is a touch and time consuming process. It is very difficult to write and debug programs written in machine language. It is extremely machine dependent. That is why machine language is also called as low level language, LLL. A machine language program written on one computer may or may not run on another program. Due to this, very few people opt for specialization in machine language, second generation language, assembly languages. This language uses mnemonic codes or symbols in place of zeros and i's. For example, if the operation code for add is 0010 in binary language, it can be directly written as add in assembly language. Since assembly language uses symbolic codes, it is easier to work with assembly language than binary language. Like machine language, assembly language is also machine dependent, and programming in this language is quite time consuming. Thus, it is also regarded as a low level language. Let's know more. Fortran was one of the earliest computer languages. It was designed for scientists and engineers. COBOL was designed for business uses. Know the fact. Space War is considered one of the first recognized interactive computer games. Let's know more. In software development, beta release refers to a product or technology that is still in development but is released only for testing and evaluation purposes. Third generation language, high level language. The restrictions in the usage of machine and assembly languages prompted the programmers to develop a language with the following features: simple and user-friendly language, machine-independent language. Owing to the above-mentioned features, it became easy to learn and use different computer languages. A large number of people started writing computer programs using the third generation languages. These are also known as high-level languages, HLLs. A high-level language is quite similar to the English language. Basic C, C++, Java, etc. are some of the very popular examples of the high-level languages. Fourth generation language, very high-level language. Fourth generation languages, 4GLs, are more advanced than the third generation languages. They are combination of many languages with the following features: highly user-friendly and independent of any operating system, very high speed of execution, designed to reduce the level of programming facts, minimum efforts from the user to obtain any information, designed to reduce the time and cost of the software development. In 4GL, the users have to specify only the required output they want, while the computer determines the sequence of the instructions that will accomplish those results. Fourth generation languages include PHP, Ruby, Python, Perl, SQL, and so on. Fifth generation language, artificial intelligence. The fifth generation languages or 5GLs consist of the visual tools to develop a program. These languages are used to develop programs for the field of artificial intelligence and artificial neural networks. Some examples of the fifth generation languages are Mercury, OPS5, and Prolog. Consider the following table to quickly revise the characteristics of different generation computer languages. Language, machine. Features, uses binary codes to depict operators and data. Machine dependent, the only language directly understood by a computer. Assembly, use mnemonic codes or symbols instead of binary numbers. Machine independent, has to convert into machine language by translator programs. Assemblies, high level languages, use English words and mathematical operators. Machine independent, has to be converted into machine language by translator programs, interpreters, and compilers. 4GL, machine independent, minimal user skills required to obtain results, application development tool. 5GLs, used to develop artificial intelligence programs, machine independent and easy to learn. Translator programs. As you know that computer can be understand only machine language. So the programs written in any other language have to be converted into machine language. The translator programs are also known as language processors, are used to convert high-level language programs into low-level language programs. A program written in a high-level language is called the source program or source code, whereas the one converted into machine language by the translator program is called the object program or object code. Source code, translator, object code. There are three types of translator programs. Assembler. An assembler is a program that is used to convert mnemonic codes into their machine language equivalents. Interrupter. An interrupter translates a program written in high-level language into low-level language, line by line. It executes an instruction and then repeats the procedure for the remaining instructions. If any errors are found, they are to be removed immediately, as the converted form is not stored anywhere, so it has to be generated at the time of the execution of program. The interpreters are preferred by beginners as they are slow in their execution speed. Compiler. A compiler is a translated program which is used to convert a high-level language program into machine language. It translates whole program at once. It generates the object code for the program along with a list of arrays. The execution speed of a computer is faster as compared to an interrupter. Recap. Computers are categorized into four types with respect to their speed, storage, capacity, size and cost. The four types of computers are microcomputers, mini-computers, mainframe computers and supercomputers. The process of writing programs in computer language is known as programming. Machine language is expressed in binary form, that is O's and first, where 0 means off and state I means on state. Assembly language uses mnemonic codes or symbols in place of zeros and ones. Third generation languages are symbol use friendly and machine independent. Fourth generation languages are similar to human languages. Fifth generation languages are used to develop programs for the field of artificial intelligence and artificial neural networks. The translator programs are used to convert high-level language programs into low-level language programs. An assembler is a program that is used to convert mnemonic codes into their machine language equivalents. An interrupter translates line by line, whereas a compiler translates the whole program at once. Organization of data. Learning outcomes. The student will be able to move or copy data from one drive to another, move or copy data between storage devices, search files or folders, compare different file formats, use multiple applications at the same time. Students, you have studied about files and folders in the previous videos. A file is a collection of related information stored together on some storage devices, whereas a folder is like a cabinet where you keep relevant files. Just as it is important to organize papers so that you can find them later, it is also important to organize your computer files by creating folders and putting files inside of them. In this video, you will learn how to perform common operations and on stored files such as copying, moving, or transferring from one drive or device to another, search files or folders, and so on. Also, you will learn how to use the multiple applications at the same time, moving or copying data from one drive to another. Moving file folder means shifting it from its original location source to another location destination, whereas copying a file folder means to create a duplicate copy of the selected file or folder. To copy a file or folder from C drive to D drive, double click on this PC icon on the desktop. It will display the hard disk drives, CD or DVD drives, removable drives, devices, and network locations that are connected to your computer. Now double click on the C drive icon. It will display all the files and folders stored in it. Select file folder that you want to copy. Click on the copy option in the clipboard group on the home tab. From the left pane, select D drive and then click on the paste option in the clipboard group. Notice that the file folder gets copied to D drive and it exists in both the drives C and D. To move selected file or folder from C drive, click on the cut option in the clipboard group. Open a drive or for example D drive, click on the paste option. The selected file or folder will removed from C drive to D drive. Smart tip: if the PC icon does not exist on the desktop, type this PC in the search bar located next to the start button and click on the app. Moving or copying data between storage devices. To move a file folder from one device to another, say from C drive of your computer to a pen drive, follow the steps. Attach the pen drive to the USB port of your computer. Double click on this PC icon on the desktop and then on a drive, for example C drive. Select the file folder that you want to move to the pen drive. Right click on the file or folder that select the cut option from the shortcut menu. Click on the pen drive icon from the left pane. The drive opens up. Right click on the blank area in the right pane and select the paste option. You will observe that the selected file or folder is shifted from the C drive of your computer to the pen drive. Instead of selecting the cut option, if you choose copy from the shortcut menu, a duplicate copy of the selected file or folder gets pasted on the pen drive. Searching files or folders. Windows 10 offers a number of ways to find the files and folders. The most common one is the use of the search bar. It offers the direct way to locate a file, folder, or an application. You can use the search bar if you are looking for the common file types. You remember all or part of the name of the file folder you want to find. You know the date when you last modified a file. To search file or folder, follow the given steps. In the search bar, type either a part or full name of the file, folder, or type a word or phrase that is present in the file. As you type, the items that match your text will appear in the search window. Select the desired file folder, double click on it. The file folder will open in a new window. Searching files using wildcard characters. Wildcards are special symbols that can be used to search a file or folder whose exact name you do not know. There are two wildcard characters and using wildcard character. The wildcard character can be used to replace a string of text in search term that means any type and number of characters in its place. L will search all the files whose names starts with L followed by any number of characters and have any extension, for example letter, docs, lottery, PPTS or locality text. Using wildcard character. The wildcard character can be used in place of any single letter or symbol. Let's know more. To copy multiple non-consecutive files and folders, press and hold down the Control key and click on the files to be copied. The files will be selected now. You can copy them. Quick view. Press Shift plus Delete to delete files or folders permanently. Quick view. To rename a file or folder, right click on it and select the rename option from the shortcut menu. Type the new name and press the enter key. Let's know more. To select a consecutive group or group of files, click on the first file. Hold down the Shift key and click on the last file. Keeps documents will search for all the files whose names begin with keeps followed by any one character and extension as docs, like keeps first docs, keeps as docs and so on. Keeps documents will search for all the files whose names begin with keeps followed by any three characters and extends as docs. Smart tip. You can also find a file or folder by typing the relevant keyword in the search bar located at the top right of the open window in a particular folder of library such as documents, pictures, music or video. Understanding the different file formats. Different types of files can be stored in the computer. For example, text documents, image files, presentations, etc. Each type of file has a different file format, extension associated with it. A file format is a standard way for encoding information in a computer file. It is generally indicated by the file's extension. A file extension has 3 or 4 letters appended at the end of the file name, separated by a period. Some of the most common types of file with their files formats are documents. A file saved in Microsoft Word has the extension document or docs. Spreadsheets. A spreadsheet created in MS Excel has the extension Excels or XLS. Image files. Image files are usually saved with a number of file formats such as GIF, GPS, PNG, TIFF. Audio files. The sound files are saved with the extension MP3 or WAV. Presentation. A presentation created with MS PowerPoint is saved with the extension PPT or PPTS. A file type is also indicated with its file icon. Notice the icon. These are the icons of Paint, Word, PowerPoint applications. Working with multiple applications. Sometimes you may need to work with multiple applications at the same time. For example, your teacher has asked you to create a presentation on the topic classification of computers. You may require some help from the internet to collect information on the same. In this scenario, you are required to work with two windows at the same time, presentation software and web browser. Windows 10 allows you to open several applications and work in them at the same time. Let us do it practically. Open PowerPoint by selecting Start PowerPoint. Open Google Chrome by double-clicking on its icon on the desktop. Now right-click anywhere on the blank portion of the taskbar. Click on the Show Windows Side by Side option from the shortcut menu. Both the application windows will be displayed side by side. Now you can browse the information on the topic simultaneously while working in PowerPoint. Recap. A file is a collection of related information stored together on some storage device. A folder is a place where you keep relevant files. Copying a file or folder means to create duplicate copy of the selected file folder. Moving a file folder means shifting it from its original location, source to another location, destination. Using the search bar, you can directly locate a file, folder, and application. Wildcards are special symbols that can be used to search a file, a folder whose exact name you do not know. Each type of file has a different file format associated with it. IT personalities. N.R. Narayana Murthy. He is the co-founder of Infosys. He was the chief mentor of the company and has now taken up the title of Chairman Emeritus. Sabir Bhatia. He is an Indian American businessman and one of the co-founders of Hotmail.com. He is a prime example of success story of an Indian at the Silicon Valley. Shivanandar. He is the founder and chairman of HCL and the Shivanandar Foundation. He founded HCL in the mid 1970s, which is hugely successful IT enterprises. Asim Premji. He is the chairman of the Wipro Limited, which is one of the global leaders in the software industry. Sundar Pichai. He is the CEO of Alphabet Inclusive and its subsidiary Google LLC. Under him, Google has developed many all AI-based products and services. Vinod Dham. He is famously known as the father of the Pentium chip for his contribution in making Intel's Pentium microprocessor. Computer languages. Categories of computers, computer languages, generations of computer languages, translator programs, organization of data, moving or copying data from one drive to another, moving or copying data between storage devices, searching files or folders, understanding the different file formats, working with multiple applications, tables in word processor, creating a table, entering data in table, editing a table, changing row height, changing column width, splitting cells, merging cells, applying borders and shading, resizing tablets, aligning text. Mail merge in word processor. Mail merge, create a main document, creating a list, recipients, inserting merge fields, viewing the merged data, printing the letters. Visual effects in presentation. Viewing a presentation, applying animation effects, applying translations, inserting sound clips, inserting video clips, using action buttons, importing data. Creating games using Scratch, components of Scratch, changing in the backdrop of the stage, motion blocks, looks blocks, make a sprite say something, working with two sprites, pen blocks, sound blocks, control blocks. Introduction to HTML. HTML, features of HTML, HTML editor and web browser, basic structure of an HTML document, creating an HTML document, viewing an HTML document in browser, tags, elements and attributes, rules for writing HTML code, basic HTML tags, saxading styling sheets using saxading style sheets, background properties, text properties. Internet, online surfing, the internet, the advantages and disadvantages of the internet, potential threats while using the internet, Netiquette, email and its features, Google Drive, getting started with Google Drive, e-commerce, modes of online payment, blog, podcasting, project work, board game, fun with AI, natural language processing, solve the puzzle, National Cyber Olympiad.